All right, guys, it's over. I've gone 30-ish days without sugar. I'm about to embark on a 30-day sugar experiment. I am not going to eat sugars for the next 30 days. Part of me thinks I should be able to kill it, but from watching other videos, which I will link below, the people who really thought that they could kill it seem to be the ones that struggled a little bit more. So we're gonna see how this goes. Why 30 days? Because instead of a week, which I originally thought, apparently there's a sugar detoxing process that takes a week to 10 days or 4 to 10 days, something like that, where you just feel terrible. Hopefully that's not the case, but I wanted to give it a chance to sort of get through that part and go on to seeing how I'm feeling after and see if there's any results and that type of thing. Of course, I decide right now during the holiday season, which is gonna make it a lot tougher. So when I started the challenge, I set the rules, I put them on Instagram. Here are the rules. No refined sugar, no syrups that disguise themselves as being natural, but still are really just sugar. So no maple syrup, agave nectar, honey, none of that kind of stuff. And no artificial sweeteners. I don't eat stevia, truvia, sweet and low, any of those kinds of things now as it is, and I'm not gonna start just for this experiment. But I'm not cutting out fruit. I think it's really important to eat fruit. I do get a lot of vitamins and nutrients from it, and it's a big part of my diet. And because of the fiber and said vitamins and nutrients, I think that they should continue to be included in my diet, so I'm not cutting out fruit in any way. But here's the twist. I'm also not gonna do any white flour, which didn't seem like a big deal for me because I generally don't eat a lot of white flour regardless. But on weekends, I've often done some bread or pasta or something as part of my cheat meal. Not for the next 30 days. I do have an exception. My fiance's birthday is in about a week and a half. For his birthday, I will most likely be making a cake or something like that because he likes it and it's his birthday and I wanna celebrate with him and not be that person. That is the one main exception. So to start the challenge, I decided to go grocery shopping to make sure that I had foods in my pantry that would both satisfy me and the challenge. It was actually easier than I expected. I just got back from grocery shopping. I actually found it really surprising. The bad surprises, of course, were things like I realized my peanut butter has sugar in it. I guess that's not much of a surprise, but as my almond butter's only ingredient is almonds, I kind of was hoping the peanut butter would be the same. Other good surprises included the turkey burgers and salmon burgers I usually buy don't have sugar in them, unless I completely misread the labels. And the vegan cheese we like. I thought most vegan cheeses were loaded with sugar, and maybe they are, but the one that my family actually really likes doesn't seem to have any sugar in it. So that was pretty cool. Another interesting thing I found was that when I did finally find those peanuts in the store, one brand had sugar in the ingredient list and one brand did not. Of course, I bought the one that did not, but that just goes to show you that you can't make any kind of assumptions based on what kind of food it is that you're buying. You have to check the ingredients if you're trying to limit your sugars. Also, interesting observation was that the rotisserie chicken, when I turned it over, it said 0 grams of sugar. Upon further inspection of the ingredient list, I definitely found cane sugar listed. Don't just look at the nutrition matrix, definitely check your ingredient list. Although that's easier said than done in some cases because sugar can hide under so many different names on the ingredient list. It would be great if sugar just said sugar, cane sugar. And we all know about high fructose corn syrup, but it can also be found as glucose, fructose, evaporated cane juice, barley malt, sucrose, dextrose, corn syrup, fruit juice, palm sugar, sorghum, evaporated cane juice. I wish it was way more cut and dry. Perhaps it's the best to try to stick to whole foods. Here goes to the next 30 days and my last coffee. I have to say I was so excited to start this challenge, but my very first meal of the very first day, I already experienced a huge disappointment. My plan was to have eggs, spinach, and potatoes, which sounded delicious. I thought would be a great plan, even though my usual oatmeal probably would not have been that bad. But the potatoes have dextrose in them. No frozen potatoes for me. I had this plan in my head. I was just gonna have eggs and potatoes and spinach or something rather, and the potatoes that I was sure I was gonna have when I came down, I looked at the ingredients for a second and realized that they have dextrose in them. They all have freaking dextrose in them. Every kind of potato that's frozen. I guess that's like the preservative. But you guys, then I had those moments where I went, does that count as sugar? For example, Beyond Beef burgers, I was sure they had no sugar in them. So I might have made a little boo-boo, you guys. I thought these Beyond Beef burgers were totally sugar-free. They say 0 grams of sugar. Thought it was upside down for a second. It's not focusing for you. But, is it focusing out there? But the last 2 ingredients, if you see, my hand is shaking because I just got back from the gym, is pomegranate fruit powder and beet juice extract. They're the last 2, so, I mean, I guess there's not much in there. But, I think that counts as fruit juice. I'm gonna still eat them because they're already cooking, and if I don't, no one will. And if I wait for 30 days, they're not gonna be good anymore, and that'll be a waste, but darn it. But then I found that they had like a, some kind of beet juice extract or something. Fruit juice is an added sugar, even though it doesn't have to be claimed as one. What I realized is my problems always came with convenience. I really didn't have sugar cravings. I had a few, I'll get to that. But I think my main problem came with convenience. It was actually, I think it was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving happened during this challenge and I didn't let myself off. And I was actually pretty proud of myself. We just got back from Thanksgiving dinner and I just got changed into pajamas. I just wanted to do a quick update. Thanksgiving was actually not quite as hard as I thought it would be. But before we went to Thanksgiving dinner at my in-laws, we went to the gym and of course everyone was hungry in the morning. I didn't want to make a regular breakfast. I don't know why. I just wanted something that I could call more of a brunch. I made like a shrimp scampi, but I didn't want to wait to make the rice from scratch. Why? I don't know. It takes like 15 minutes, which is the same amount of time that it probably took me to cook the shrimp and the sauce and everything else. But in my head, using minute rice seemed like a genius idea until I realized that it had sugar in it. And I had already eaten my whole plate. Thanksgiving was pretty easy. I mean, I didn't want to be, like this whole time, I just didn't want to be that person. I had turkey. I don't know what was on it, so like maybe win, I don't know. And potatoes. While I could be disappointed in myself, I feel like I still did pretty well. I don't want to say could have been worse because I'm never one to be like, oh, like I half-assed it, but could have been worse. But at the same time, it was Thanksgiving and I started thinking that this update was going to be like, screwed the pooch, guys, like ate everything wrong, and I didn't. So I'm gonna say close enough to a win for that. And we're halfway through, so learning a lot, having a lot of fun. It's not as hard as I thought it would be. I didn't want to drive everyone crazy. I just didn't want to ask. I kind of stuck to the plain potatoes and the turkey and more plain potatoes and more turkey, hoping that, you know, whatever was on the turkey wasn't sugary. Whatever, it was good. I did my best. I don't think I messed up too badly. So boom, there we go. It was actually a pretty good experience. I made a lot of stuff from scratch. I got back into meal prepping a little bit more and things went pretty well. Now, cravings. Let's talk sugar cravings. Did I have sugar cravings? Yeah, I had a few. But the interesting thing is I actually was able to pinpoint what was triggering them during these 30 days. Because instead of just giving in or just whatever it was, I actually had to like figure out why was I craving sugar on these days. 2 things I noticed triggered my cravings. One was definitely stress. Anytime I was stressed, for some reason, my first thought was, I just want a latte and a cookie. It seemed like the answer to everything at the time. The other things that triggered my cravings was having sugar. For my fiance's birthday, he wanted to have cookies instead of cake, which I am down with. I love me a chocolate chip cookie. I'm not huge on cake either. So I got cookies. The next day I woke up wanting more cookies. It was like having the sugar triggered wanting more sugar. Anytime that I had sugar, I started craving sugar. What a vicious cycle that was. But when I didn't have the sugar, I was fine. I was cool. No problem. So there's that little nugget for you. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, when people were having sugar, I actually was fine. I thought it was going to be a lot harder. Watching everyone having their Friday night cookie or brownie or whatever, but it wasn't so bad. I found lots of options that I actually like better than some of the sugary options. Okay, maybe not the cookie or the brownie. The cookie and the brownie are still pretty effing good, you know what I'm saying? I would take a cookie over a date ball if I wanted something sweet. But that being said, if I had a date ball or a banana ice cream or something like that while everyone else was having sugar, I was fine. I had my own thing. They were eating, I was eating. It wasn't a problem. I did come up with some pretty awesome recipes for non-sugary but sugary things. When my family had pizza, I found an amazing recipe, you guys, for an almond flour pancake. It was bomb. I didn't even want the pizza. I was good with my pancakes. And for syrup, I just took a bunch of frozen blueberries and threw them on the stove. Does that make it fruit juice? I don't know. The whole fruit was still included. So I'm going with it wasn't cheating. I did pretty good. If I do say so myself, you know what I'm saying. Okay. 2 questions everyone keeps asking me. So one is, how did I feel? Did I have more energy? And I didn't know how to answer it at the time. And then I realized, yeah. I forgot all about the fact that I have that, 2 p.m. slump still sometimes. But when I was doing the no sugar thing, I didn't have any kind of slump in the afternoon. I was like killing it all day long. I think I did have more energy. I mean, of course, I was eating still, I wasn't eating less or anything. I was still eating a lot because I eat a lot. You would be surprised how much I can put away, but I eat a lot. But without the sugar content, I didn't get tired after. And I didn't realize that until this was finally over and I got that pizza with everyone else and I ate that pizza and I felt like a slug. I felt like a slug, you guys. I wanted to fall asleep on the couch. I didn't even know if I was gonna make it through the movie. I didn't want to take the kids up to bed. I was like, and then it hit me. Yep, when they have their pizzas and I have my giant plate of almond pancakes, I didn't really get to that point. I did not turn into a slug. Not that there's anything wrong with being a slug once in a while. If you want to do it, do it. Just know you're gonna feel like a slug. Anyways, so yes, I do think I had more energy. I think when I was eating no sugar, I was kind of killing it. The second question people asked was, did I lose weight? And you guys, I jumped on my InBody at work before, it was actually like day 4 and then like day 25. And I have to say, I didn't lose weight because your girl was eating. I also did not lose body fat. That pill is driving me nuts. Give me a second. Okay, that's better. Your girl didn't change the amount that she ate, just what was in it. In fact, I may have eaten a little more because when I'm cooking, I get hungry. I did not lose weight. I did not lose body fat percentage, according to the InBody, which has its margin of error still. But I do have a little before and after, physique-wise. So I'm not getting in a bikini today. It's just too cold. So, this is where we're starting from. I haven't even looked at them and compared, but I'll tell you, I feel better. So you be the judge. I feel less bloated. I feel less fluffy. I felt really fluffy when we started. It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die. Yeah, that's how I felt. That's how I felt day one. And then at the end, I felt good. I just didn't feel fluffy. Maybe I still was. Maybe when I look at these two videos side by side, I'm gonna be like, oh damn, I didn't look any different. I don't know what I was talking about. And you guys might think I'm crazy. You be the judge. Do I look better? I don't know. Don't tell me in the comments if it's not good. I don't wanna hear it. Just tell me I look amazing. Tell me what I wanna hear. I'm just kidding. Kind of. Anyways, that's how it went. I actually really liked it. After I had that pizza and those cookies, when it was over, I said, I think I'm going back on the no sugar challenge. I felt so much better. I am finding balance again, but I don't even want to eat sugar unless I'm stressed. The cravings are real. But I loved it. So let me know what you think, if you've ever done a no sugar challenge, or, you know, if you would ever consider just cutting back on sugar.